When does a skeleton laugh?
I don't know. When?
When something tickles his funny bone.
Oh, God. Oh, no. All right. Another one. Quickly.
What does a skeleton order at a restaurant?
The T-bone steak.
Spare ribs.
Oh, that's better than T-bone, damn. Why did the skeleton not go to the dance?
Why?
Because he had no body to go with. Classic jokes. Right, the bad jokes are because today we are going to speak about strange or weird body facts. Or, as we've got in our notes, weird body shit. Mine aren't so much weird as just interesting body facts, but we're going to try and hopefully learn something a little bit weird or different. I'm sure most of this I didn't know before this. You good with that, Kayla?
I'm good. Are you ready?
All right.
Let's get ready to mumble. All right, you want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay. So the first one I have is your mouth produces a bottle's worth of spit every day, depending on how much you eat, anywhere from half a liter to 1.5 liters.
A day? 1.5 liters of spit a day. That's quite a lot of spit.
Yes, it is.
Now, I feel like a lot of time here I've got a lot of... I'm very dry in my mouth. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's just the humidity or if it's something else, the heat. Or when I go to the gym, I feel like I've never had enough spit.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind a little bit more.
Towards the 1.5 liters?
Just a little bit more spit when I'm working out, so I'm not like... and like feel like I'm breathing in a sauna.
For real. So when that adds up...
I wonder how they figured that out.
I don't know.
They just got someone to spit into a bottle for a whole day.
The entire day.
It'd be gross.
Yeah.
Just like... Gonna be gross in the microphone.
So when you add all of that up, it accumulates to about 2 swimming pools full of spit over your entire life.
Ugh. Imagine, is spit more dense than water? I think it is.
It's 99% water.
And so maybe not then.
No, but it has like it's mixed with minerals, proteins, vitamins, hormones, and then traces of whatever else you may put into your mouth.
Nice. So, because it feels in your mouth like more gloopy than water.
Yes.
So, would the swimming pool be more gloopy? I guess it would be.
I think so, because it's not just water. Well, I mean, swimming pool wouldn't be just water.
Swimming pool is like chlorine or anything. It's got other things that you put in your body, and if you have wee kids in the pool, that'd be gross. Yeah. I bet. Yeah. What would be the grossest bodily fluid you would fill a swimming pool with? Like, would bile? Would that be it? That'd be kind of gross, because it'd probably, like, eat away at your skin as you have tried to swim in it. Yeah, because it's... There's a couple of others, but let's not go there. Let's try and keep this one non-explicit. Not that it's explicit, this is more science talking about the body. But
I think bile would be the worst, just because it would also kill you.
Yeah, because it would also kill you. Yeah, it'd be pretty brutal. Blood would be fine. As long as it's not diseased blood. Yeah. Another stuff I don't really want to think about too much. Like, that would take a long time to wash off. Yes. Yeah. Okay, cool. Sorry, what other spit facts do you have?
So saliva is important because if you didn't have it in your mouth, you wouldn't taste your food. So basically, when you eat something, it dissolves the food in order for your taste buds to recognize it.
I did not know that.
So that's why as you age, you produce less saliva, so then that's why you older people don't have as strong of taste.
Huh. Okay. So if you have less saliva, are you okay? No, that makes sense. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So okay. And
then saliva helps wounds heal. So if you have a wound in your mouth, it heals faster than anywhere on your body, because.
Yes. So every time I bite my tongue, it will heal a lot quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
How about when you use the saliva to try and heal wounds? Like, I used to cut my hands when I was a kid, and I'd lick them. And
suck your blood?
If I had something really stingy, like a wee graze, I would lick my finger and then rub it in, and it would feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Because apparently that's what... You know how when you're a kid, your mum would kiss your boo-boo, and it'd make it feel better. Apparently it's because there is some science behind it. In fact, that they thought that they would get some of our saliva on it, and therefore it would
feel better.
Make it feel better a little bit.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it'd be cool if that was the case.
Yeah.
It probably isn't. It's probably way too... Well, maybe. I don't know. Depends how sloppy mum's kisses are. I recall my mum's kisses. They weren't that sloppy. It's kind of gross. Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool fact.
Yeah, that's about it for spit. It also, the saliva protects your teeth and gums and then regulates the acidity of your mouth, but that's more of a less interesting one.
About your spit. Okay.
Yeah.
That was quicker than I thought it was going to be. But that's fine. My first one is going to talk about Bones. And not the TV show, even though I could probably talk a lot about the TV show because I love the TV show. Did you ever watch it, Bones?
Yep.
Yes, I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's still going. I was like, just finished the 12th season. I used to watch it in high school.
Yeah.
And I know it doesn't mean a lot to you listeners since you don't know what age I am, but it's old.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, not about bones, but about the body bones. How many bones do you think in your body right now?
187.
No, slightly more than that.
233.
Slightly less than that.
I don't know.
We've got 206 bones in our body.
Okay.
But we don't always have 206. And no, this isn't a sexual innuendo joke, right? This is when you're born, you have slightly more bones.
Okay.
You actually have about 300 bones when you're a kid, like a baby. Mm-hmm. And then they fuse together as you grow older. And somehow, I think it's quite amazing that everybody ends up with 206 bones.
Yeah.
It's like the ones in your skull, specifically, that kind of
like
together.
where the soft spot is or whatever, it like fuses over that.
Yeah, so it kind of adds on together. But that's what, 84 bones extra? Which is kind of cool, I guess. So what makes bones grow, do you know? I don't know this. You know what? I learned a little bit about this recently because of my flatmate's dog who broke his leg when he was a puppy. But any idea?
No.
So you have things in your bones called growth plates
at
the end of each of your arm and leg bones, and as long as they stay open, which I don't quite understand, I should have looked into it, but you will grow. But if these platelets close, then you'll stop growing. So in some people they'll stop growing when you're younger and older, but that is just a kind of a random period, and for most boys it's late teens, and for girls it's apparently it's 2 years within starting their periods that they stop. But some people, they can stay open way too long. That's when they get gigantic and all these sort of issues of being really tall. But yeah, I thought it was a bit cool.
Yeah, that's a cool fact.
The density of bones changes as you can obviously get older. As you're a kid, they're quite pliable. That's why you can play with a baby quite hard and it won't actually die. But your bones get densest when you're about 30. Okay. And then following that, they start to decline when they don't get enough exercise and calcium and other vitamins, vitamin D and stuff. So your bones will start to, and that's when they get sort of brittle and what's the disease?
Osteoporosis.
Yeah. When you can start falling apart. Have you ever broken a bone?
I have not. Well, I think I did, but I never went to the doctor for it.
What was it, like a pinky or something?
My toe.
Your toe, yeah. Yes. I think a lot of people have broken their toe at some point. Like my mum claims to have, and I'm not saying she hasn't. Just it's been unconfirmed. It's just so hard to confirm without an X-ray, and there's nothing you can do if you can.
No. Have you?
I broke my arm once. I say I broke my arm. We were watching I want to say it was 1998 WrestleMania, and it was the Undertaker. I think it was Undertaker taking on Mankind. But I might be wrong there. I'd have to check. And it was on VHS, and it was about a year after it happened because I finally got it off a friend to watch, and then me and my brothers were wrestling. And it was like, we were wrestling, it was all good. And I was like, okay, boys, I'm going to watch this wrestling match. So I lay down, and then Connor threw Declan on top of me, and then jumped on top of Declan, and then my arm broke. And it was like, and you can't see, guys, but I'm doing like finger movements to suggest it was like this sort of way. And then my arm was flopping about, and my mum was like, oh, we'll take you to a doctor just to make sure. So we had to go to the doctor's surgery, and we're waiting in the waiting room. And I'm bawling my eyes out because my arm's hanging off, and she takes me into the doctor. The doctor's like, yeah, you should go to hospital. It's arm broken. And Mum's like, oh, okay. So we wasted like 2 hours of me in pain, and nothing, no medication because my arm was broken, and I had to go to hospital. I had to stay overnight because I had to get like it pulled back into place.
Oh my god!
And then they didn't pin it or anything. It was fine. And then I had like a L-shaped sticky for like a couple of weeks, and then a normal one, but cast sticky we call it. I don't know why. But I don't think I've broken anything other than that. I fractured my little brother's bone by pushing him off a wall with a branch. I was a little kid, didn't know what was going on. It's another time. He fractured his arm, was in tears, and the mum sent him off to Cub Scouts. Uh-huh. And then he didn't go to the hospital until later on that evening. I think mum thought we were made of adamantium or something.
Oh my god.
She never let us. And I've known a couple of people to break their collarbones and ankles and all these sort of stuff, but I've been lucky other than that. One arm break. But, they can heal themselves pretty well. And typically if they get it done when you're young and you're still growing, as long as it doesn't damage the platelets and stuff, you can they actually grow stronger. I don't know how that works, but so you'll tend to have that. It's unlikely the same bone, if it's fully healed, will break again in that same place due to it being slightly stronger. What do you think is the longest bone in your body? This is kind of obvious if you just think of like where your bones are and stuff, but you can probably guess.
Femur? I don't know.
Yes, femur is correct. The thigh bone, the longest one between your hip and your knee.
Yes.
It kind of makes sense, I guess, if you look at it. And the shortest ones, or one.
Your pinky toe bone.
No, there's
three. In your ear.
Yeah. So
your ear.
It's the ear one, and in particular, it's the stirrup-shaped one from a horse thing. There's another two in there. I can't remember what they're called.
I don't remember.
I think one's like a hammer-looking one, one's like an anvil-looking one. I don't know. It's strange, but I remember the stirrup. I know the actual names, but I don't know what they are. And that one's apparently only like 0.11 inches across, so it's pretty small.
That is really
in comparison to femurs anyway. Where are most of your bones? You can probably guess. Like, where's like the highest concentration of bones?
I don't know. Like your rib
Kayla's
area?
currently looking down her body so she can X-ray vision and see where most of the bones are.
I have X-ray vision. I can see where these bones are.
Your hands and feet. Hands and feet have got the most bones. I think the hands might have 54. So that's including the fingers, because every joint is another bone and another bone, and then and so that's why these like plastic surgeons have a nightmare trying to fix hands if you ever break hands, or if you get like. I remember a couple of friends when I was in high school got like metal poles through their hands, like they'll climb on fences that had spikes at the top and they'd slip and get a hand through it. Yeah, and they'd have to like go through plastic surgery to get all the kind of things, and if you crush bones in your hand, you're pretty much fucked.
Like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, like exactly Doctor Strange. Bringing it back to this. That's kind of cool. Bones replenish the tissue just like a lot of, not all other organs in our body, but they sort of like every 7 years or so, you'll have basically a new bone, if that makes sense.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's just like all other cells in our body all sort of replenish. There's only a couple of things that don't, like our brain, and what else doesn't? There's a few other things that don't replenish the same way. I can't quite remember. Your teeth are part of your skeleton too, apparently. Okay. Contain calcium and minerals, just like the bones, but they lack the collagen, which gives bones flexibility and strength. So that's why they're pretty brittle, our teeth. Okay. If you look, can you tell the difference between a man and a woman's bone structure? Or are we identical?
Yes.
Yes. What is it, do you think, that changes it, that has a difference?
I don't know.
If I told you it's from the belly button down.
Pelvic bone.
Exactly, yeah. It's a pelvic bone, and it's only because it's shaped and geared for childbirth. Yeah. Other than that, we're pretty normal, and so much so that even like things like the density between men and women's bones is very, if not at all, different. So it's not as if, although muscles may be different genetically, but it's not so much the density of the bones. However, I have heard that the density between the bones of different races are different. Now, I don't know if this is just like a myth, and it's maybe a racial myth. I'm not sure, but I've been told that the density of an African American's bones or African bones are denser than the end of a white man. I'm trying to think of what can I call a white man? Yeah, white man. And therefore, that's why typically white men float a little bit better in the water, and therefore we're a little bit better at swimming, apparently. So apparently that's why you see very few black swimmers, because the white bones give us that slight bit. I don't know how accurate that is, but it'd be quite interesting if that was true.
I wonder why.
Yeah. It's I'm not quite sure, but kind of cool. Why do you think, a lot of time when you crack your knuckles and you crack your, what do you think that is?
Was it just like the air releasing?
Yeah, perfect. So it's just the air. You've got wee air bubbles in the sort of the joints, and that's just the air coming out, which is weird because I've never heard an air bubble make these sort of noises.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm making them right now. There's lots of people that really don't like these noises. I don't understand why.
Really?
But apparently it's absolutely fine for your bones unless you do it like all the time and you can wear away the cartilage and ligaments.
Yeah.
And what is your funny bone?
Does it just have like a lot of nerves around it?
You know what? It is. It's your ulnar nerve.
Yeah.
Which runs inside your elbow and triggers a tingly, prickly pain.
Yeah.
But is it not called the humerus? Or is that not what it's called? Is that just... I was pretty sure it's called the humerus. That's why they also refer to it as the funny bone. Maybe not. But... Yeah,
it's the long bone in the upper arm, located between the elbow joint and the shoulder.
And it is a humerus or not humerus?
Yeah, the humerus is this bone. Okay. It connects primary to the ulna.
Okay, so if you hit your ulna, you feel it through your humerus.
Yeah.
Okay, so... what are the things I know about bones? Bones are porous and they've got like a sponge style interior, very much like coral. If you ever see like an open bone, you have a kind of coral. That's kind of cool. Don't know what else. Do you know much more about bones?
No, not really.
That's all the main facts I had written down.
My sister broke her ankle on her girth plate and then had to have surgery later on to recorrect it because it wasn't growing.
Yeah, so was she like... How did your ankle grow? I don't even know.
It was like something with her knee was messed up. Like everything just started being off.
Yeah, it just didn't work at all.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the kids' TV show Funny Bones?
No. So
it was these two skeletons that had a skeleton dog. And, what was the song? They had a big song about it. I won't put the song in as well because we used to watch it all the time as kids. Okay. I can't remember what it was. It was good. Yeah.
I want to hear the song.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to listen in because I'm going to edit it instead.
Perfect.
Pause for editing.
This is how the story begins. In a dark, dark town, there was a dark, dark street. In the dark, dark street, there was a dark, dark house. In the dark, dark house, there were dark, dark stairs. Down the dark, dark stairs, there was a dark, dark cellar. And in the dark, dark cellar, some skeletons lived. There was a big skeleton, a little skeleton, and a dog skeleton. Woof!
Cool. Alright. I'm sure I know something else about bones. I'll probably jump in later on. Alright, you go. What's next?
Alright, bacteria.
Bacteria.
Yes. So this one isn't just about the body, but we'll just talk about the bacteria that's in your body. So... if you added up all of the bacteria that was in your body right now, it would weigh about 4 pounds.
Okay. Actually, that depends on how big you are, but okay.
Yes. Yes. And there's more bacteria in your mouth than there are people on Earth.
I heard that there's like more on one tooth, depending on obviously how dirty your mouth is, but... Yeah.
Like we talked about with spits, whatever else you put in your mouth is what your saliva contains. For every one human cell that makes up your body, there are 10 cells of bacteria living in or on your body. So you're actually more bacteria than you are human.
No.
Yes.
No. But you just said we're only 14 pounds.
4 pounds.
4 pounds. What do you say, 4 pounds?
But individual cells, they don't weigh that much.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
And there are good bacteria and bad bacteria. The good helps like fight the bad, and the bad makes you sick.
I didn't know the good help fight the bad. I didn't know that.
What are they called? Like what you get from yogurt.
Yakult. I don't know. I just know the good bacteria.
Probiotics and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that helps
but is
fight.
Is there not information about how probiotics are kind of bad as well?
I don't know.
Like too much. Maybe I'm talking rubbish. I'm sure
maybe
Erica
too
would
much.
Tell me all about that. Yeah, I don't know. If you just eat yogurt. Yogurt's apparently like the biggest selling food thing in the world.
Really?
Yeah, like above milk and bread and rice. Apparently
yogurt.
It's yogurt.
I hate yogurt.
I need to look into that fact. It's something like crazy amount of yogurt sold. I love yogurt. All types of yogurt. I don't like... No. Is MUMBLE rice or yogurt?
I have no idea
or is that
what
like
that is.
Rice pudding?
I've never had rice
I
pudding.
love yogurt. I'll eat yogurt all day.
I've tried. I just don't enjoy it.
What is it you don't like about yogurt?
I don't know. I don't know if it's like the texture or like I will eat it and it will be fine. But like if I had to choose between yogurt or anything else, usually I would choose
literally
the
anything else.
Not literally anything else, but for the most part, I would choose anything else.
We used to have Moolah Crunch corners. Do you have them here? No. So it was like a wee square, and you'd have a corner would be yogurt, and a corner would be some sort of snacky bit. So it'd be like either fruit, or you'd use like fruit, like crunchy loops or Cocoa Pops or something.
You just like dump it in. Yeah.
I used to eat a lot of them when I was a kid. Even as an adult, I used to use. University, I'd have a Relentless, which is like an energy drink, and a yogurt, because they were both from the shop that you got there, and they were dead cheap. So it was like yum 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 yum. That's what I lived on. Some students lived on pot noodles or baked beans, or I don't know what you students in America live off. I lived off yogurts and Relentless.
It's much healthier.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It was full of sugar, that yogurt.
Yeah.
That's what's tough. I have the Fage one, the Greek yogurt now, which has got very little sugar in it, but also doesn't taste as nice, so I have to add more stuff to it, which kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah. But you're still getting the probiotics.
I'm still getting the probiotics. My tummy is happy.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
More bacterial diversity equals less obesity.
Huh. Why is that?
That is a good question.
And then is that because you're going to get your bacteria from a variety of different foods, and it tends to be from healthier foods, so you're more likely to get good bacteria, or a diverse bacteria, if you have a nice spread out healthy diet. And therefore, it's actually not really related to obesity, but it's like a coincidence. If you happen to eat a good, healthy, spread out diet, you'll have a variety of bacteria, and you're more likely to be healthy, do you think?
That's
than
probably
if you just eat Doritos and Mountain Dew.
I think that's probably it. We're going to go with that answer.
Yeah, let's go with that. We don't know.
Bacteria can live in harsh conditions, so like it can live anywhere. And it's the oldest known life form on the planet, even before dinosaurs.
Well, that's kind of obvious, I guess. Especially if it's smaller than cells.
Yeah.
Now, we can kill bacteria with like detox, and we can kill it with heat, right? If you make bacteria really hot,
maybe.
Is that what they say?
Sure.
Because you can boil bacteria in water.
Yes.
But if you freeze water, the bacteria will just be frozen, so it won't reproduce. It won't multiply, but it will just stay there. Now, is there a limit to how much bacteria there is?
I don't think so.
I'm aware that as soon as you die, your bacteria is the thing that starts eating you up. So your decomposition is your bacteria eating you. So that 4 pounds just munches away.
Ew.
Apparently. And because there's nothing else, you don't produce any, I'm assuming, white blood cells to kill that happening or reproduce the cells. You just fade away. It happens after 4 hours after death. The bacteria starts going at you. It's like disgusting. A cat. 4 hours after you die, when you've got a cat, they'll start eating you. Fact. Get a dog. Kill the cats. Just saying.
According to a Dutch study, a 10-second kiss equals an exchange of 80 million bacteria.
But you're not losing any, you're just exchanging it. It's like I give you 80 million, you give me 80 million, we're all good?
Yes, I think.
Depends who's more sloppy, I guess. Okay. 80 million's not that much, actually. Considering you've got like a billion.
Considering, yes.
In your, what is it,
80 million.
More bacteria in your mouth than on Earth.
Than
people
on Earth, yeah.
And it's what, 6 billion people?
But that's only 10 seconds.
If you kiss someone for 10 seconds, that's a long kiss. Like, I will time it right now. I will tell you how long a 10-second kiss is. Alright, here we go. And kissing. Kissing away. Still kissing. Oh yeah, a little bit of tongue action. Oh yeah, and stop. That was a long kiss.
That was a long kiss.
I want only 80 million bacteria. That's okay. I can handle
that.
But when you say it like that, it does sound gross.
Yeah.
If I had a 10-second kiss, I hate to think what bacteria spread on other things over longer than 10 seconds. Hopefully, longer than 10 seconds.
And then my last bacteria fact is that human poop by weight is mostly bacteria that are both dead and alive.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that. It's mostly bacteria.
Yeah.
I don't know, I've had some 4-pound poops before. That would mean all the bacteria
mostly
goes.
Bacteria.
All my bacteria is gone in one poop.
But then you probably get a lot more bacteria really quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Bacteria fight. I think bacteria's probably got heaps and heaps of information about different types and how it acts and what it does and how your body reacts to it. It'd be super cool. All right, not quite as impressive as bacteria. I'm going to talk about your epidermis.
Cool. Your skin.
Yes. Now there's always, what was that? Remember, there's that joke in The Simpsons. Have you seen that? Where Nelson shouts out to Bart. Bart's in the treehouse, and Nelson shouts at Bart, "Ha ha!" or "Ha ha!" His wee laugh. Your epidermis is showing, and Bart's going like, where? And he falls off the tree and like breaks his arm or leg. I think he breaks his leg. Have you seen that episode?
Probably.
He wanders up to someone and goes, "Actually, that was factually correct. Because epidermis is the skin." I think that's where I first learned what epidermis meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's a good Simpsons episode. But it is known as your largest organ in your body. Even you never consider an organ, you don't think it's doing anything. You often think it's just like a coat. But apparently it is doing stuff. And when your skin is stretched out, it's stretched out to 2 square meters, which doesn't sound much. Like, I feel like I have more than 2 square meters of skin.
I can't, yeah.
Yeah. How much percentage of your body weight do you think your skin counts for?
I don't feel like it's very heavy. Like 10%?
15. So that's pretty good. I thought it would be a lot less than that. You know, if you think of your bones and all the sort of other things that we've got going on. There are 3 layers to your skin. You've got the sort of epidermis, which is actually the outside bit, which is it's dead. So essentially this isn't an organ as much, but it's waterproof and it's the bit that you see. And then you have the dermis, which is the insides where you have the hair and sweat glands. And then you've got the subcutis, which is like the fat in the large blood vessels underneath that itself. Okay. So 3 layers, and the epidermis is technically only the top layer, which really isn't actually an organ. So I don't know if that actually works. But anyway. So your skin, although it's one big thing, obviously you can probably tell it has different stretchinesses depending on where it's at. So like there's the skin around your hands are a lot more stretchy than the skin around your feet, for example, or your like the top of your hands and the bottom of your hands or elbows and stuff, which is kind of cool. And like the skin on your belly is very different, and it's because it obviously can stretch depending on what you eat in that day. Where is the thinnest skin you think found on your body? Very thinnest.
Very thinnest. I don't know. Your face?
Somewhere on your face, yeah.
Your eyes.
Close enough. Your eyelids. I think your eyes have skin.
You know your
eyelids, they are like 0.02 millimeters thick. So I guess if you go grab it, you can kind of feel that.
Yeah.
And that's where the thinnest part of your skin is. And the thickest?
I don't know. Your hands.
Close.
Your feet.
Yes, your feet. Feet's the thickest, and that's 1.4 millimeters deep. So a good 7 times. No, more than that. 70 times. No. I don't know. A lot times more. Have you ever done that? I used to do that when I was a kid. I still kind of do it today. Especially my hands get like a needle.
Yep.
And push it through that and see how far it gets before it gets sore.
No, so we would like do it through like this way, sideways through, and then like you have like needles hanging out of your fingers. But it's just the top little layer.
I've done that too, but because I have casting on my hands, I sometimes used to get like a thumbtack and just try and push it through until it started hurting and see how deep I could get. And sometimes just do it with my feet as well.
It's not weird at all.
Weird. Oh, it's kind of gross actually. Have you got any scars?
Yes.
Lots. Any for any reasons? Any cool reasons?
I mean, a child attacking me last year.
A child attacking you?
Yes.
That's good. Okay.
And a really bad rope burn.
Really bad rope burn on your shin.
Yep.
Yeah. Rope climbing's bloody CrossFit.
Yep.
I have one visible one on my thumb, which was from me using like a box cutter. I was on a rugby tour, and I was bored in the clubhouse, so I was just attacking a table, as you do as a teenager because you're just vandalising. And then I cut my hand open, and I was too afraid to tell anyone because I'd caused so much damage to a table. So I just taped it up, and I think that's why it probably healed so badly, and I've got this weird squint-ass scar. And I've got another one here, which is from... It's another one that comes across my forearm, but it's like a horizontal way. And that's from You know how you have like whiteboards? I imagine a whiteboard about the size of your laptop.
Okay.
And it was in the CrossFit gym in Aberdeen, and at the edges, because it was metallic, it had wee metal edges that had curved up, and I was swinging it around, judging someone at the open, and I swung past my hand and cut my arm open. Oh, and it seems weird because it was such a pointless thing. Now I've got a scar on my arm because of it. Do I have any more? I don't think I've got any more. I've never been cut open, so.
I have one on my leg because me and my sister were fighting one time when we were getting ready, and we were in the bathroom, and she had heels on, and she like donkey kicked me. Like I was behind her, and she like donkey kicked me back in the heel, like sliced my leg open.
Oh, that's kind of gross.
Yeah.
My brother has one of these shoes as well from, I think it was skateboarding or attempting skate. Connor and I, my brother, we tried real hard to be cool. Skateboarding type, but we were crap at it. We couldn't skateboard, we couldn't BMX, we couldn't do any of that extreme sport. We were just too clumsy as fuck. That's why we played rugby. And he fell and he went right onto a wall, similar to on a box jump, but had a brick wall, and he fell into it, and it just like dug right in, and then he went straight to his bone, and it was just gross. And you couldn't do anything about it. It was too wide to stitch or anything, so you just had to bandage it. And he's got like a wee dent inside his leg now because the skin's just nothing's going back there. It's kind of gross, but and basically, scars are just your skin heals pretty well, but typically when they do heal, they won't have any hair or sweat glands in that area. Okay. So that's why when you see burn victims, they can't sweat typically over these areas or grow hair back. So sorry, I got a little bit confused about what I was looking at. Your body hair grows between 2 to 6 years, like body hair, not head hair, before it will stop. So that's why we have only certain lengths, even though some of your body hair will never ever get any longer than it looks. Which is weird. It's like I don't understand why my hair on my arm doesn't stop growing my head and my hair doesn't. Yeah. But apparently it will grow for between 2 to 6 years and then stop, and it won't get that long.
I've always wondered that.
Yeah, but I don't know why the rest of I didn't look that up, to be honest. How many hairs do you think you lose a day? It's not that many.
100?
Well, 20 to 100 hairs a day.
Okay.
And apparently you have to lose 50% of the hair on your head before you start even showing signs of being bald. Okay. At the rate I'm losing it every time I go in the shower, that's going to be pretty soon for me.
That's what I was just thinking. I definitely lose more than 100
You've got a super thick head of hair. I won't go into that, but you've got a good mop on your head. You can see my scalp if I just like shake my head ever so slightly to the left. I have long hair at the moment, guys, and that's only because I know I'm going to go bald within the next 5 years because all my uncles are bald. Or balding. So I'm trying to hold on to my head of hair as long as I can. Did you know that every hair has a small muscle? Or every, like in the bottom of the bit it comes from, it has a small muscle. And it allows the hair to be raised when it's cold and heightened in an emotional state. So every time it rises up, it's a wee bit, you're working your hair muscles.
With those muscles.
Who would have known? Did you know that your hair and your fingers are made up of the same stuff? Keratin.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's like, so your nail is actually a whole bunch of hairs kind of glued together using some sort of natural glue type stuff. And it's the same as like a rhino's horn. A rhino's horn is actually just hair that's been kind of stuck together with whatever the natural substance is.
That's very interesting. Yeah,
which is different to an elephant's tusk. Elephant's tusk are ivory, or like kind of similar to our teeth. But the horn isn't. The rhino's horn is different. Which is kind of cool. Alright, a little bit more gross. How much percent of dust? Well, 50% of dust in a human house tends to be dead skin cells. Alright. That's gross. So the next time you run your finger over the top of that cabinet and it's like a big thick ass bit of dust, depending on how often you dust, that's probably about 5% dead skin. Ugh.
Yeah, that's gross.
That is kind of gross. Lipids are the natural fats that keep our outer layer moist and healthy. Okay. Detergents and alcohol kill that. So that's why, when you're a kid and you want, use this Clearasil Clear to stop you getting spots, what it actually does is just dry up all the fats on your skin, the natural kind of healthy moisturising fats. And that's why when you do it, you often feel dry. And what it does is just dry out and stops any of these fats sort of building up in your pores. So it will stop it, but it's not naturally healthy for you, and it can actually be bad for your skin. Same with some aerosols and stuff. And alcohol does the same, but everyone knows alcohol dries you up.
Mm-hmm.
How many dead skins? I've got skins. Goes on for ages. Skins are actually quite impressive if you think about it. Let's zoom through some more of it. Apparently, it's the sweat glands in your ears that cause the wax to perform. And how many? Apparently, there's 14 species of fungi which lives between your toes currently.
Really?
Yep. So everyone's got some fungi between their toes.
So weird.
It just reminded me of the joke about the fungi. Anyway, you know that one?
Go ahead.
You know, I can't remember 100% actually. It's something like, I cannot remember what it was. It's something like, why is a mushroom a great friend to have? Because he's a fun guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I love that one.
Got great jokes.
It is cracking jokes. Skin colour, it's all down to melanin. And that varies all across the world, obviously, various different colours. And there's two types of melanin. Pheomelanin, which produces the colours between yellow and red. And then there's eumelanine, which is dark brown to black. Okay. So obviously, depending on what part of the world is, you'll have more of one of these types, and that'll produce what colour. Hence, where you have in the un-PC term now, like red Indians, or you consider, Chinese to be a slightly more on the yellow side, or for Africans we have the sort of lighter skinned, darker skinned. Quite interesting. Yeah. However, I don't know how white comes about. I suppose we'd be more on the. Maybe we've got a mix. I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. And then you've got albinos, which lack the melanocytes, and that's 1 in 110,000 people will be white, and that happens in animals as well. Obviously, have you seen the white giraffes?
No.
So you have two types. So you've got albino giraffes, which have no pigmentation, which are pure white, and then you've got another type which lack the pheomelanin, and they have the same patterns, but they're white in like a slightly different shade of white, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I think white anything like an albino are dead interesting when it comes to animals. Yeah. But a lot of the animals are killed by their own tribes because their own people, because like, oh, you're different. Imagine that happening.
Imagine.
It takes 6 months for babies to develop their own permanent skin tone. So like you might be slightly pinker or slightly whiter or whatever as a kid, and then 6 months you'll kind of get the same skin tone you have unless anything affects that. The melanin for the colour of your skin also affects the colour of your eyes, and that's why babies' eyes change. Because I think you see a lot of babies at least have blue eyes, but everything it changes. Same 6 months period as the skin tone. 4 out of 5 teens get acne. Did you have acne of some sort? I had a little bit. I think some people have it really, 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 really bad, but everyone considers it the worst thing in the world, regardless of how bad you have it. If you have one spot, a 6. And I know one person who nowadays gets one spot and thinks it's the worst thing in the world. I think they may have had it bad when they were younger, so it's maybe pushing a nerve. And only 1 in 20 women suffer from acne, and 1 in 100 men. Which I think was interesting. I didn't realise it was 5% more women suffer from it. So this is falling from a teenage years. Alright, foods and how they help your skin. How do you think carrots help your skin?
They're good for you, right?
But what do they produce and what does it do to help your skin?
I have no idea.
So apparently carrots produce vitamin A, which helps treat sun damage and help cellulite. Okay. I'm sure some of the listeners may want to hear that. Vitamin D. Damn, fish. What does fish do?
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D, yes, and it reduces spots and growths.
Okay.
Which is cool. Damn! No, I didn't say it good.
You didn't.
Oranges, that's an easy one though.
Vitamin C.
Yep, and what does that produce?
I don't know.
Antioxidants, and it helps regenerate and provides protection from the sun. Okay. And peanuts.
Ooh, I don't know.
That's actually very similar to provides vitamin E, which I don't know. Antioxidants and protects against sun damage and aging. So if you want to look young, guys, eat all your peanuts you can. What have I got? Anything else? That's pretty much about it. All right. Can't think of much else. Or I've not got much else that can really
That was a good one.
Yeah, I think skin's a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be when I first looked it up. I would assume it'd have to do a lot of magical stuff being as prominent in our body.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, my next one is blinking.
Okay.
So, in 12 hours of being awake, you spend about 1.2 hours with your eyes closed, blinking.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's currently blinking right now.
I'm trying to think how long, because I watch YouTube a lot, and I sometimes watch people like gaming, like doing this sort of let's plays, and I feel like those people never blink.
Ever
Like, a whole hour doing it, and you're just like, oh, your eyes so dry.
Yeah. I used to play in high school. Drake had, it was one of the Call of Duties where it was like the zombie mode, and I would play it, and then like my eyes would just hurt so bad after it because I definitely didn't blink.
Yeah.
Or Guitar Hero, I was really bad at that one. Like
really bad at blinking or really bad at Guitar Hero?
No, really bad at blinking. I was good at Guitar Hero. All right, so women blink twice as many times as men do.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Huh. Okay. So that means you guys are asleep or closed eyes for 2 hours a day. That makes sense, right, guys? Yeah, makes sense.
Whatever.
I don't know where I was going with that. Less observant? I don't know.
The average person blinks about 13 times a minute.
Okay. I guess that's pretty easy to
Unless I think about it. If I think about it, I blink way more.
Yeah, I think so. But I have no idea. I have no idea when I'm blinking. Literally.
Not normally, but like now that we're talking about it, every time I blink, I think about it.
Uh-huh. I guess at the moment, I'm actually feeling the blink.
Yeah.
You don't normally feel the blink. Feel the blink.
We blink more when we talk and less when we're reading.
We wink. No.
Blink more when we talk and less when we're reading.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you actually have to read and you have to keep your eyes open to read.
Why is talking making me blink more?
Oh no, you do blink more when you talk.
More when you talk and less when you read.
Okay,
but why would just talking make you blink more?
Oh, so you're saying we blink more when we're talking as opposed to
like just not talking.
Just not talking.
Yeah.
So if we sat here looking at each other, we would blink more than less.
Yes.
I guess so. Maybe it's just because the muscles in your face are contracting.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's because you think staring at someone's like effectively, instinctually being a bad thing. So I must blink to make them so I'm not being threatening. Maybe that's it.
Blinks usually last 100 to 150 milliseconds, and you can blink 5 times in a second.
Wait a minute, 100th of a millisecond?
100 to 150 milliseconds.
You must be blinking a shit ton to get an hour's worth in like a 16-hour period.
Yeah.
How many times did you say already? How many times we blink?
13 times a minute.
That doesn't make sense. If we're blinking... Oh no, that's how long they last. No, but even so... That doesn't add up. Maths. No, we've tried to do maths again on this podcast.
We're not doing any more maths.
Doesn't make any sense. If it takes 13 millisecond or 13th of a millisecond.
No, 100 to 150 milliseconds per one blink.
What's 100 milliseconds?
I don't know.
Is that like a second?
You can blink 5 times in a second, so a fifth of a second.
And you're going to do it 30 times a minute?
Yes.
I think that's a math dubious, but carry on.
Infants blink 10 times less than adults.
Okay.
That kind of makes sense.
Observing more, maybe? Less tired? I don't know.
Or that they just... they're also asleep a lot more, so...
Smaller eyes?
Yeah. Blinks aren't identical, so all of your blinks are not identical.
What is it? Different types of blink?
They're not all the same.
What changes?
Maybe like the intensity or how fast or...
I must say, there are times at work when my blink intensity goes to a very slow blink and you're very close for a very long time.
Maybe that's what this number's coming from. Like, those blinks are like 16 minutes long.
Yeah, wow. Don't tell me about my toilet blinks. Should last a good 16 minutes easily.
And on average, you blink 4,200,000 times a year. Don't try to do the math on that either.
It's a lot of blinking.
Yeah.
Now, have you got any facts about winking?
No.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I'll do winking next time. Just blinking. Just both eyes.
Do we always blink at the same time? Like eyes at the same time together? I guess so.
Yeah.
Are they connected?
maybe. He's trying to blink with one eye right now.
I can blink faster with my right eye than with my left eye, I think. Or maybe not. I don't know. Didn't know that about blinking.
Yeah.
And why do we blink?
I think it just like clears away the tears. Well, I have tears next.
Clears away the tears.
I have tears.
Because we're always crying.
I have tears as my next one.
Okay. Probably just to stop the eyes from drying out, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the eyes. You know how I said that there was a few things that doesn't regenerate? Mm-hmm. Your eyes don't regenerate.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
They have new cells. Your eyes kind of stay the same, apparently.
Okay.
I think that makes sense. I think that's what I read. I'm going to do one more. Then I think maybe we'll get you to do one more because we're pushing to get close to an hour. And I'm going to leave it to... My one's going to be like one of the best ones, which is like the human liver. Okay. How much do you know about human liver?
Not very much.
Human liver is amazing. It is like... It does so much for your body. So, what do you know that the human liver does? Exactly. No one's 100% sure.
It cleans things.
It cleans things. It does clean things, you're right. It cleans your blood.
Yes.
But it does so much more. And I'm going to get quite in depth here because I was interested, so my notes are a little bit more interesting. But so your liver is like a triangular shape, and it's very complex and solid, and it's actually the heaviest of all your organs, even heavier than the skin apparently. And it can weigh up to about 1.5 kilograms. The heaviest of your internal organs, so maybe the skin is heavier. And it's located just below your diaphragm on your right hand side, so just underneath your stomach, and it kind of comes across into the middle and over the other half. And it is the only organ with two blood supplies. So it's got two arteries coming in. The hepatic artery, which brings blood from the heart, and then you've got the hepatic portal vein, which brings it from blood from the intestines. And then blood leaves through all the sub veins. And the liver, or microscopic level, is composed of various individually functioning lobules. I don't know how to pronounce it. And they help link the kind of cords of liver which produce the hepatocytes. I can't remember, but these hepatocytes are things that kind of work in your liver. So the first thing it does is it helps digestion and absorption. And so your hepatocytes manufacture the bile. So your liver helps manufacture the bile, which is that sort of main substance that goes into your stomach and helps digest all your food. And without it, your body it goes into your intestine and helps digest your food. And without it, your body wouldn't be able to digest the majority of the food that you have. Because you have your big long intestines which stretch out for miles or hundreds of feet. And during that process, they've got to sort of take out all the good vitamins and minerals and things like vitamin D and stuffs and calcium and all these things. So that's the first thing the liver does. It helps your digestion and your absorption, so it keeps you healthy, and it helps absorb the fats and the proteins and actually that's the next bit. So it helps the digestion and absorption, but also helps the metabolic function. So now you always say, oh, my metabolism's not really good. Oh, I have crap metabolism. Oh, she has really good metabolism. That's why she's so thin. Well, if she does, it means she's got a really healthy liver. Okay. Because what the liver does, it helps break down the carbohydrates, fats and proteins into their respective glucose, what's the protein, amino acids, and whatever it is that fat goes down into. I can't remember. Can you remember?
No.
No, probably more glucose, to be fair. And it is the more process your the more efficient your liver, the better that process of breaking all that stuff down and either storing it or using it into energy, most likely using it into energy. And the better you're breaking down your protein, the more likely your body is to get it, the stronger and fitter you can become. And same with the better you can take your fats down to the basic level, the more likely you use them as energy and not store the fat as fat, which is kind of good. So that's good. So not only does it act as your nutritionist for your digestion, it acts as your fitness coach, helps keep you thin, it's your metabolic conditioning. It helps you from blood clotting, which is very important when you get a little bit older, especially because it produces proteins which help. It provides the sort of things which stop your blood from coagulating in certain areas. So it helps produce vitamin K, which helps synthesize, and your liver produces bile salts, essentially for intestinal absorption of the fat soluble vitamins. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I think I wrote it down. I was like, I'll explain this better, but I didn't. But basically, it helps blood clotting when you need it to, but it also stops it from happening like in your brain or in your heart and these sort of things. Obviously, there's other factors that come into account there. It also produces various hormones, or helps because it's breaking down all these different things. It also helps produce the various hormones, which you obviously need these things for your body to grow and for your body to function correctly. And these hormones can help regulate things like sodium and potassium in your body and your kidneys, so they help your blood flow and your blood pressure levels. And it can also help produce hormones which let your body know when you no longer need certain things or when you do, so it can help you sort of excrete certain chemicals and stuff. So the liver's great, I'm telling you. It's helps break down unwanted sources. It helps you be able to drink a lot more if you want to get drunk all the time. Not that you want to do it too much. And one of the greatest facts is it can regenerate.
Yes.
Now, it's everyone kind of, well, most people know a little bit about this, but apparently if you take away up to about 25% of up to 75%, it can regrow. So if you have 25%, it can regrow. Now, it doesn't it's not the same as, so we spoke about a lot of our cells reproduce. So your everything else is not reproducing, but it reproduces in the exact same form, where the liver doesn't. The liver creates the same mass again, but never creates the same shape again. So it's not as if that triangle shape will be the same. If you take away 75% of that, it will grow again, but it will just kind of reproduce. It won't. So it won't actually not like
reform.
It's not replacing things. It's just sort of growing again. And apparently, this has been known for quite a while. Some of the Greeks apparently knew this, or it's suggested that even back in the Greeks, they knew that people would have this. The mentions about vultures pecking out someone's liver, but the liver would regenerate. These myths about that. So, if that was true, and that was either a lucky coincidence or it's quite it's quite cool. But you can also use parts of your liver to help regenerate other people's livers, which is cool if they have any big issues for it. It contains 3 billion specialized cells, which is awesome. And it filters about 1.7 litres of blood every minute. So a lot of that blood flowing through your body is going through there. And at any given moment, the liver holds about 13% of the body's blood, which seems quite a lot for one organ. Although I've only mentioned a couple, there's more of 500 vital functions that take place in the liver. And if any one of these didn't go wrong, you can have sort of major body issues. It can be quite toxic to eat livers of certain animals. For example, animals such as like polar bears. Now I know we don't eat polar bears much, but they've got so much vitamin A in their liver from that certain thing that can be toxic to eat it, and you shouldn't eat those sort of things. So I'm sure there's a number of other animals, but I've not got any list of them here. There's a bunch of other facts, but I won't go into it too much. Cool. But I think the liver is a very cool.
It's a very
unappreciated
important
organ.
Yeah.
But then again, you say, oh, well, it wouldn't work unless it had blood from the heart or it had neurons from the brain. So you're like, okay, fair enough.
No, but it does a lot of function.
The heart doesn't do anything other than pump. It's just like a muscle opening and closing.
I did read somewhere that the bile that the liver produces is very acidic, but the only reason when it's in your stomach that it doesn't eat through your stomach is because your stomach lining regenerates every couple of days.
I think it's even quicker than that. I think the skin regenerates 5 layers every day or something like that. It's maybe that's maybe a bit too much, but it's super fast.
Yeah.
And I guess that just shows you how vile the bile is.
Yep. Which is why a swimming pool full of bile would be the worst.
Yeah. I guess it'd be like sulfuric acid, just maybe not quite fishes of that. My back is really sore. I'm gonna lie down for a second and speak a bit later. But yes, that was my view on the liver.
Cool.
What have you got next? Sorry, this is very unprofessional.
No, you're good. Tears.
Tears.
Yes.
I was about to say when was the last time you cried, but it's a bit personal. Continue.
Okay, so humans are the only animals to produce emotional tears.
Oh, really?
Yes. So every time I think Sadie's actually crying, she's really not.
So why do we cry?
Multiple reasons.
Okay.
So there are 3 types of tears.
I
think. Yeah. One of them are you have happy tears and sad tears look different. So you have tears that just
different.
Yeah. So you have tears that just lubricate your eyes.
Okay.
And those are just your normal everyday tears, the ones that you blink away.
So we're constantly producing tears?
Yes.
Oh, so you were right.
Yeah.
Here's me mocking you.
Yeah.
Facts which I did not.
I told you.
Oh, man.
And then you have, happy tears that look different than sad tears.
I guess that's probably right.
Tears are made up of fat, mucus, and water, so they won't evaporate.
Why won't they evaporate? Oh, because they're trying to lubricate the eyes. Yeah. Okay. Is that their main function?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's all animals. They have those tears. They just, but only humans cry because of emotional reasons.
Oh.
Newborns will cry but won't produce tears until they're 6 weeks old.
But say, because they cry all the time. Do they constantly produce tears? Probably not.
Do they what?
Do they constantly produce tears?
No.
You just said no.
Well, not until at least 6 weeks old. You get a runny nose when you cry because your tears drain into your nasal passageways. Yeah.
So really what's coming out of my nose is just tears?
Yes.
I'm just crying from my nose?
Well, it's blocking all of this, so it could also be just snot and stuff too.
Okay.
But women on average cry more than men.
That's obvious.
Women cry 2 to 4 times a month, and men cry on average every other month.
What? Every other month?
Yeah. On average. This is on average.
That's what I'm saying, on average. That that's even so, that's quite a lot, I would thought.
You think that's a lot?
Once every 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought 2 to 4 times a month for women was not a lot.
I don't think I've cried in the last 2 months. Maybe I have, I can't think. What's there to cry about?
Alright. So this is why women cry more.
Okay.
So this might explain everything.
Yes.
So women have smaller tear ducts. So if something, if we both saw something sad, really, really sad, that made us both feel emotional, and we're tearing up or whatever, because my tear duct, women's tear ducts are smaller, they're more likely to overflow than a man's.
Yeah, but how big are your tear ducts? Because when women cry, they don't just let one tear drop,
Whatever. Tears bond people because it creates empathy. So maybe you're not crying because you don't have empathy.
Wow, that's not the first time someone told me that. So, I was at my little brother's wedding last year, and I was one of the only people that didn't cry. That's including all the men. I was oh my god. That was it. And it was so cute because Declan was crying at the altar before his wife even turned up. Mm-hmm. And everyone was oh, and everyone felt so sorry for, or not sorry for him, everyone was oh, it's so cute, and then everyone else started crying. I was it's just empathy. The whole thing is just people being so empathetic to each other. And I was just there smiling. This is a nice day.
Alright, so this is why you don't cry.
Okay, I have no empathy, good.
Good. Even when you're crying, your body produces, even when you're not crying, your body produces 1 to 2 microliters worth of tears. They're called basal tears. That's the ones you just blink away. Yeah.
Oh, basil.
Whatever.
That's a herbal thing. Anyway, carry on.
And babies average 1 to 3 hours of crying per day.
It's a lot of crying.
Yeah, it is.
But they do it through communication.
That's true.
Do they? I don't. I assume they would.
I mean, that and just being annoying.
So when you wake up in the morning and you have we used to call it, what was we used to call it? Dream dust? No. Something like that. What did my mum used to call it? I can't remember. But the mainness around your eyes. Mm-hmm. Is that tears?
I don't know. Maybe. Just dried tears?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Probably is.
So what have we learned about tears?
We've learnt that I'm always crying, apparently. Every time I blink, I'm washing away some tears.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I have.
We didn't get through as many facts as I thought we would. We ended up chatting about the ones we had, but it's still quite interesting.
Yeah.
Now, there's people who have got some amazing body stuff. Like, have you ever heard of that guy? I think he's dead now. He was like a Frenchman who used to eat metal.
No.
He would eat metal. He would just like eat metal. I don't know how he'd chew them, but he'd swallow metal and it would all... Never had any issues with his stomach. He lived for 70 years or something.
That's crazy.
And he'd eat metal and it would all digest in his... I think his stomach obviously maybe adapted and produced the right bile to dissolve the metal. That was kind of cool. And there's like people who are magnetic. Have you seen them?
No.
Like the people who are the bodies that have a magnetic field and they can hold like spoons all over their body.
That's creepy.
Yeah, what else is there? Some people have really crazy things. You have abnormalities, but that's not quite the same when people grow different limbs. What else is there? There's a whole bunch of stuff that people have that's amazing.
It's almost like mutants.
Almost. Well, I guess some of it is. It's just when you have a mutation, but it's not a good one. Or you got people who've got like different coloured eyes. They're cool.
Heterochromia?
Yeah, that only happens like 1 in a million people or something. And it's really common in dogs. In fact, did your dog have it?
She does not.
What's that?
It's very common in huskies.
Yeah.
But not ours.
Not yours. Oh, it's just got blue ones.
Yeah.
What else is cool that humans do? I don't know. Probably lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, guys. If you have any cool facts or you can tell us what's the coolest thing you think a human does or your body does. Well, not tell us all the things your body does. That's kind of weird. But maybe tell us the coolest thing you've heard or seen.
Yeah. And
I always try and do your best to send us something at the MumbleCast, both Instagram and Twitter. Anything else you want to plug? I think that's it. You don't want to plug your new... Okay, cool. Alright. In that case, I've been Liam.
And I'm Kayla.
And it's been a MumbleCast. See you next week. Bye.